This morning's Coffee With is with Ann Curry.
Satellite interview furnished by PBS. Welcome back to Mornings in Baltimore. Ann Curry, what's going on? How are you?
Good morning.
Hey, it's so, hey you guys, thank you so much for having me. Good morning, Baltimore. It's great to be here.
We were watching you on the CBS morning show, Gayle King, Norah O'Donnell. I'm so impressed by We'll Meet Again. On the surface, it seems like a segment of now and then, but it's not. It gets into the emotion of what a human is. Am I wrong, or is that a pretty good description?
No, you're absolutely right. It's about world-changing events that have affected, if you think about it, humankind throughout human history. And that means that it has affected your ancestors and my ancestors and Lynn's ancestors and the ancestors of everybody in your audience. Everybody who even exists today can credit way back when somebody who helped them survive, these wars and humanitarian disasters and political upheavals. In our case, we are finding people who are yearning now to thank that person. These common men and women who survived these terrible moments, who want to find that person before they die to thank them for what they had done to help them and inspire their lives from that point on. And when it's possible, we reunite them. And that's, I think, when it becomes very touching, very powerful. It speaks to all this good stuff we're made of, Marty, and it's pretty amazing, actually.
The reunions are decades in the making, and you said the crew is sometimes sobbing while capturing these moments.
Absolutely. I mean, it's hard not to be. Look, these are their moments. We make a very big point to sort of stand back and to sort of let them have that. This is something that these are moments of something that these people have been yearning for. So as we're documenting them, we're getting to have this real-time experience watching and how they're reacting to each other. And the years fall away. In tonight's episode, for example, a woman who was rescued on Mount St. Helens by a helicopter pilot who could not be ordered there because it was too dangerous for him to go in. He's a former Vietnam helicopter pilot. He served there. He's National Guard. But you couldn't order people in because the mountain was still erupting. And yet he went in. And he had a wife and he had kids, and yet he went in. And when he found her and she refused to get on the helicopter because there were kids she left back behind who she needed help to go find and get, and she told him, I won't get on the helicopter unless you go towards the mountain, and yet he continued. He turned his helicopter to the mountain to go back and help rescue her friends. I mean, we're talking about the bravery that exists in humans, and this actually inspired her life from then on. And also acts of kindness, these moments that you may not even remember that you did, these things you did or said for someone else that caused their lives to pivot, sometimes in a massive way, sometimes in a little way that changes their lives even still. It reminds us what we're made of, Marty and Lynn, and in this time when people are having a real hard time, sometimes even just listening to each other, knowing each other, it's good to be reminded of what we really know deep down in our souls, which is that there's more that binds us than separates us. And to listen, to truly listen, it's hard for your heart not to be open.
Tuesday, 23rd of Jan. It's here on PBS. Look, I hope you get a great run on this. I know that the press were talking about 4 or 5, the early episodes, but I can see this thing, having some legs, and I hope it does. And welcome back to TV.
Hey, that's so nice. I really appreciate that warmth, and if it helps people, then let's keep going. That's the way I look at it.
You got it. Ann Curry. Great having you on.
Thank you, Ann.
Bye, Lynn. Bye, Marty. Bye, Baltimore.
We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.